What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at what I believe to be the strongest team in the Fossil Cup right now. I had an insane day with this team. I went 21-4, only 4 losses out of 5 sets, climbed nearly 250 ELO. I'll admit I was in the pits to start out, but I have definitely climbed back a lot, and it is thanks to Togedemaru on the save swap. Guys, this thing is unreal. It will threaten a shield from just about anything except for the Mud Boys. And I haven't seen a ton of Mud Boys in the back, so I've been able to deal with those for the most part. I do have at least one battle in here where I did run into a Quagsire swap in, which is probably the worst thing that you will see. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into some of these battles. I want to make sure that I'm talking through as much as I can so you can learn how to play this team and hopefully get some climbs like these. Alright, so we got Jellicent here on our A/. We were able to win switch, even though I baited with the Fell Stinger. They let the wild charge go through. People just don't understand how quickly Togedemaru gets to those wild charges and how hard they hit. Now, the bait was not necessary. You're going to see that later on. You're able to make it to 2 wild charges as long as they don't throw their drill run, and most people are not throwing the drill runs because they think they can just counter down Togedemaru. We'll get to that. Anyways, in the back, it's going to be Skarmory. I banked the Ice Punch there. Reason I banked the Ice Punch is because they're going to have to throw a Brave Bird and debuff themselves to take out this Pelipper. In the meantime, I'm going to be chipping away with these Weather Balls. Weather Ball number 2 does not grab a shield. It puts them into the red. At this point, I'm thinking if I shield this, I should still be able to outpace to the next Weather Ball. So I do throw up a shield. It is the Sky Attack bait, but yes, we make it there on a CMP. This will be threatening the final shield or just giving me the win. It does grab the final shield. So Skarmory is throwing a Brave Bird here. They'll be dry on energy. And of course, so they try to catch the Ice Punch. But I wasn't really worried about the wing attack, or what is it? Air slashes anyways. So I wasn't going to throw until I saw the animation come through. And that's GG's, well played. Alright, into the next one. Pelipper up against a Ferrothorn lead. So this is the most common lead that I saw. And I play it the same way every time. It works pretty well. Most of the time they will throw after 5 bullet seeds. And you can try to catch either a Thunder or a Power Whip if they decide to bait. This one did hold on to the energy, but then they save swap into a Golisopod, which is not a great answer for Togedemaru. It's really not. We're going to eat this liquidation. We do survive it. They do get the defense drop, which had me a little nervous that if they shield this, they might get that Shadow Claw through and it might KO, but I think we would have survived it regardless. They let it go. I'm able to get to another Wild Charge here against this Ferrothorn, and it's resisted damage. It takes out nearly half of the remaining health. Togedemaru is just never done. It's never done. It always reaches another wild charge. So we're going to make it to another one there. Grab a shield. We got switch advantage and shield advantage thanks to the Togedemaru safe swap. They will be throwing energy here. I expected them to bait with the Power Whip, but they actually threw Thunder. So good play by my opponent. I do throw up a shield here on the second one, and it is going to be another Thunder. So great shield. I'm going to be just committing to the farm down. Yeah, because I make it there before they make it to another move. In the back, it's going to be their own Pelipper. I'm just going to pump out these Ice Punches. 2 Ice Punches is nearly lethal. It puts them in Wing Attack down, Shadow Claw down range, whichever way you want to approach it. So I'm going to throw the second one here. This should be grabbing a shield. And it actually doesn't. So at this point, I'm just going to build to the back-to-back Weather Balls. Throw them both. They knew I had the Hurricane just about, so that's the reason they didn't want to shield. But either way, the game was just in the bag. So GG's, well played to that opponent. Jumping into the next battle, going to be Pelipper up against a Alolan Sandslash. So this and Registeel are the worst lead you're going to see. We'll talk about Registeel a little bit later on. We'll focus on the Sandslash here. It's not that bad for Pelipper. We do lose this in the ones, but they do have to shield in the ones. It's not like they win the 1-0 or anything. So I go ahead and throw the first Weather Ball. They actually shield the first one. I go for the catch on Togedemaru. We do catch the Ice Punch. Now we do have to watch out, of course, for the drill runs. They hit for double super effective and will definitely one shot. So I will respect it here since they did build up to it. And they bait me with the Ice Punch, which is wild. But that's fine. We're going to throw on CMP here. Togedemaru wins most CMP ties and they give up their second shield. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. You obviously don't want to see this Togedemaru, so I'm going to throw up my shield as well. They bait me again. I could not believe that they baited again right there. But we're going to make it to this next wild charge. And this will for sure take them out. What's it going to be in the back? Going to be a Pelipper. And look at this. Togedemaru is never done. We actually go over the wild charge in case they tried to catch. And yeah, goodbye Pelipper. It easily one-shots a Pelipper. In the back, it's going to be Jellicent. We got 2 Pokemon to battle this Jellicent. Sandslash, of course, is going to be doing double, or not double, but super effective with the Shadow Claws. So we're going to bring that in first. We can easily soak a Shadow Ball. And I got energy on the Pelipper as well. A little bit of energy. So I'm going to go for the Drill Run here. And I'm just going to force them to throw energy. They will be able to outpace me to the Surf before I make it to the Drill Run. Or even to the Ice Punch. But at this point, they're so low, like a Weather Ball is going to take them out. They still need 5 more hexes to the Shadow Ball. And that's just GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, into the next one. Up against a Jellicent lead. So, you do want to swap out immediately. There was a game that I did 1 wing attack, and then I swapped. And I ended up losing because of the Jellicent had just that 1 additional hex. Whereas if I swap immediately, they're out of here. And look at this. We make it to 2 WoW charges. What did I say? Togedemaru is never done. So we take out the S-Cap. We get shield advantage and switch advantage because they try to farm down my Togedemaru. So good. It's so good on the save swap, guys. I couldn't believe it. I thought it would be good, but I thought it was risky. And it's paid. It's paid dividends big time. So we're going to land the draw in here against the Jellicent. I'm expecting they have some kind of Sandslash answer. It might be double fighter, so I'm not going to use the shield here. It is the Shadow Ball, I hard swap, and it is double fighter. Lucario in the back. You don't really need a Hurricane against Lucario. All you need is a Weather Ball. They only did 7 counters. I think it's 8 to the Shadow Ball, but in case my counts were wrong, I do throw up a shield because there's just no way that I lose this matchup. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Weather Ball here. This will be grabbing the shield, and I'll just throw the next Weather Ball. No reason to overfarm. Game's in the bag at this point. So Weather Ball does take out Lucario, and then in comes Jellicent, and they just top left. So GG's well played to my opponent. Yeah, a lot of top lefts. A lot of top lefts. You love it. Love to see it. All right, Pelipper lead. I always expected to be the home slice Henry team whenever I see this. At least on the first day I did, because of there wasn't a lot of teams out there at the time. We both go for the catch, and it's Registeel. So for those that don't know home slice Henry's team, it is Pelipper, Registeel, and double nuke Lucario. Double nuke Lucario normally going to be the safe swap, but obviously you don't want to catch a Hurricane on a Lucario, so it makes sense for them to come in with Registeel. I'm still thinking it's Lucario in the back. So how do we deal with Registeel, right? It beats everything in the ones, but Alolan, Sandslash, and Togedemaru win the 2 shields without baiting. So really good for Togedemaru actually, because we leave with energy and we leave with so much health. They come in with the Pelipper. At this point, a Weather Ball probably like takes out because I'm 4 stages debuffed, and it does, which is crazy, but it's fine because we come in with Sandslash now. Sandslash, pretty good answer. They are in Ice Punch range after the Shadow Claws. We're going to tank 1 Weather Ball. Oh yeah, this was the very first battle I played. I didn't check my moveset. So I got the wrong moves on. So I end up pivoting here because I'm like, I'm never going to make it to the Blizzard. They swap out into Ferrothorn. Good that I got that extra wing attack through. I do have an energy lead. I am probably in Power Whip range though. So we do have to shield up the Power Whip right here. And then I think I decide to bait. I decide to bait because if they decide to shield here, or if they decide to no shield here, I could throw another Weather Ball and I'd still get the shield. I got the shield from the Weather Ball. Now I can make it to the Hurricane. I think I'm still going to win this despite having the wrong moves on my Alolan Sandslash, but this Pelipper is still alive with slightly less health than mine. They're throwing the Weather Ball. Do we survive it? Yes, we do with 1 HP. IVs matter. IVs matter. We're going to get off this Weather Ball. So thankfully, I did not have to pay for not checking my moveset. But GG's well played to that opponent. I into the next one. Pelipper. Okay, another Pelipper Mirror. Yeah, so that last one was not the home slice Henry team. We'll see if this one is. I go for the catch. They don't throw energy. They don't throw energy, but they give me that nice energy lead. And so now against Lucario, since they're not running Pup, I'm just going to get off back-to-back wild charges. We're going to survive 1 more counter. I think we would have survived 1 more counter, but they try to call the bait. Because you get to the back-to-back so quickly. No one people were thinking, oh, Chillis has to bait to get off that second wild charge. No, I had the back-to-backs. So now they come in with the Pelipper. I just bait there just because I don't want them to be able to overfarm by a lot. And it was basically a guaranteed shield. So now I come in with Sandslash. I have the alignment that I want. I don't know what's in the back though. I do not know what's in the back. They go for the Hurricane, which does do more damage. But it also puts me in a position where I can shield once and form all the way down. Whereas I think they would have made 3 Weather Balls. I would have had to shield twice if they didn't throw the Hurricane. So in the back, actually going to be a Lantern. Boy, am I thankful that they threw that Hurricane instead of going straight Weather Ball. So Lantern comes in. We're going to make it to this next Draw Run. And at this point, they're basically in Hurricane range. It's crazy that this is not Hurricane range because Hurricane's a nuke and it's resisted, but it's crazy that it doesn't just KO. Anyways, they're throwing here. Doesn't matter. We'll throw up a shield. That next wing attack should KO. Or it will put them in like one more wing attack. So actually running Thunder, which is pretty cool. But GG's, well played. All right, into the next one. I said Ferrothorn was the most popular. Maybe Pelipper was. I didn't realize how many Pelippers I ran into. So we're gonna play it again the same way. We're gonna go for the catch. This time they throw. Most of the time they're gonna bait, which feels bad. But they're gonna swap out anyways. Here's the problem. With Lucario, you don't make it to the wild charge. So this is the first time that Togedemaru kind of failed me. We were very close to making it with 1 HP. We just didn't. They're going to throw this Hurricane before they make it to the Shadow Ball. We don't have to give up a shield. And there it is. Registeel in the back. So the good news is we still have 2 shields. The bad news is we got to deal with this Registeel. And I can't swap into my Sandslash immediately. So I do need to start spamming off these Weather Balls. They do chip away pretty well. Put some for sure into a Joran range. Probably with Shadow Claws. Eventually Ice Punch range. We're just going to let this go. We're going to trust in Sandslash. Can Sandslash clutch up? Now, here's the problem. I wasn't tracking my opponent's energy here. I was not. And that's on me. Because I'm going to shield up this Focus Blast. Which, great. They went for Focus Blast and they did not go for the debuff, right? I throw the Ice Punch after only 5 Shadow Claws. Typically, you should be able to throw 7. Hopefully it doesn't cost me, but as y'all can probably tell by the way I'm telling this story, it's going to cost me. So we're going to make it to 1 Ice Punch there. They still need 2 Weather Balls to KO. And I need 2 more Ice Punches. One's going to threaten the shield, one's going to grab the KO. I'm going to be building up to the back-to-backs. We get off the first one, I'm like, okay, there was a wing attack. As long as they're on their 5 cycle, we win. But of course, they're on their 4 cycle. And it's a C every time. Literally, if I would just done one more Shadow Claw against that Reggie, we win that. So Reggie in the back is not, it's not instant defeat, but do make sure that you are playing it as perfectly as you can, right? That's what it's going to come down to. All right, another Ferrothorn lead. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of variety in the leads in this cup. It is what it is. This team felt unique. In the fact that I haven't seen a ton of Sandslash, I haven't seen a ton of Togedemaru. Yes, there are a ton of Pelipper. All right, so here it is. Quagsire. It can definitely be trouble. Definitely can be trouble. We're gonna get off back-to-back wild charges, which will put them into Weather Ball range. And of course, we do have energy on our Pelipper. I believe I'm only 1 wing attack away. I might be 2 wing attacks away from the back-to-back Weather Balls. It looks like I'm 2. Okay. So we're going to win CMP here, which forces them to shield if they want to get off their Stone Edge. And if they wanted to shield, then it comes down to a bait game. So they decided to let it go through. I think that that's the right play on their part. I really do. Because they don't want to end up throwing a Mud Bomb, and then I know shielded, or they throw the Stone Edge, and then guess what? We're just in shield parity. Doesn't really do anything for them. So we're going to get the Joran off there. We grab the first shield from my opponent. They come in with a Raquanid, which this is an interesting matchup because we're resisting all the bug type moves, right? Bubble Beam hits for neutral, but they're resisting all of my charge moves. I'm hitting them for neutral with my Shadow Claws. So I do think that the chip and dip made sense. They go for the Bug Buzz, which is great. At this point, Weather Ball is not going to quite KO. They were at the Bubble Beam right there. Honestly, I should have just Weather Balled, ate the Bubble Beam. Because they still have a shield. But what's funny is, and I shouldn't admit this, I thought they'd use their second shield. So I full send the Hurricane right here. And my opponent expects me to bait. It connects and takes out the Ferrothorn. And that's going to be GG's, well played. Yeah, definitely like, I got lucky on that one. But we'll take it. We'll take that every day of the week. Alright, Jellicent lead. Is this the one? No, okay. I didn't know if I included the one where I lost because I do the first Thundershock. So here, I do play, this was one of the earlier battles. I go straight for the Wild Charge. And it connects. You don't want to do that though. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Because we do still get the farm down. But we were never going to make it to a second Wild Charge. I wanted to still include this though because of, as y'all know, Togedemaru is never done. So we're going to throw one Wild Charge into Registeel. We'll drop our defense. That's fine. Lock-on still only do 1 damage. And look at this. We make it to another one. So now, again, even though I played it poorly, Togedemaru gets me switch advantage and shield advantage. I'm going to full... No, I'm not going to full sack. I'm not going to full sack. Okay. I disagree with that play, watching it back. I should have just full sacked my Pelipper and let Sandslash clean up. But I think we're still in a good spot here. Because I can go for the Duran here against this Jellicent. It'll get them low. Yeah, I'm just saving my shields for when I have to deal with that Registeel. Because their shield's down at this point. Yeah, we don't need to shield this. It's going to be a Surf. That's fine. It'll take out. I need to make it to a Hurricane here. Plus a Weather Ball for the Registeel. So I'm able to actually overfarm a little bit. Knowing counts is pretty big, right? We're able to throw just before their Shadow Ball. And then I actually need 2 Weather Balls, but I have 1 shield. Registeel is not that slow, but it's not quick enough that's going to outpace us. Even if they get the attack drop, we're going to be fine right here. I'm only 1 wing attack away. And they would need me to be like at least 6 wing attacks away to be able to get to another Zap Cannon. So that's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent, and that's going to be it for today. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and leave a comment down below. Even if it's just your favorite emoji, it does help out the algorithm. Nope, I don't know what this is. All right, ignore it. It does help out the algorithm, so I really do appreciate it. Appreciate all of y'all's support. I had the wrong thing in. I was supposed to have me claiming a 5-0 right there. It's all right. It is what it is. I grabbed the wrong clip. It is what it is. Leave a like, and maybe I'll do better next video. But it's a really solid team, though. I really do recommend it. Pelipper Togedemaru core is very good. I also ran this core in a different order on my live stream. So I'll link that in the description. Maybe up here as well. So you can check that out. It's maybe going to get blocked some places, so I'm sorry if it gets blocked. Glitspot was safe swap there, and it was Togedemaru on the lead. I need to wrap up the video though, so thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my channel members for your support, and until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.